I bought the 5.1 system that I have because I was doing Interstellar with Hans Zimmer.
Noel Gallagher's last album had been done in here.
I did some Van Morrison mixing.
Working with the 1975.
Paloma Faith has done good chunks of her last album in this room.
Been working with Ray Davies on a couple of records.
Walk the Moon, 21 Pilots.
Baxter Jury.
I did a Paul Simon 5.1 mix in here, which is why I bought the Unity surround system.
Unity Audio, we're a small company, but I actually think that's a massive benefit because we can interact with customers far easier. We can make decisions about things quickly. We're quick to react to things. We're here to make the best active studio monitors on the planet.
I've kind of grown up through my engineering education, being very familiar with all the products, so use the Pebbles, the Rocks, Boulders, both iterations of the Rocks actually, the Mark 1s and the Mark 2s, and both iterations of the Boulders. And I've always just been a big fan of it. It's all excellent stuff, very reliable, sounds great, very easy to work on both in terms of it's pleasurable to listen to but sufficiently accurate that you make informed decisions. One of the recurring features of my career has been working with the 1975. I've worked on all of their albums in a varying capacity. So I Pro Tools engineered and did some programming on the first one, and then the second one I engineered, and then the forthcoming one I'm also engineering. And through that relationship, they've all sort of asked me when they've been looking for their own speakers what they should get, and as a result I've kind of shepherded them all towards having Rocks. I think they're fantastic speakers. Having obviously used them for long enough to understand them truly, but also having used other things as a frame of reference, I don't really know what else I would be looking for in terms of a near-field monitor.
I came across this space which was big enough for me to realise that I could actually have a full-on tracking studio, so it justified me owning the gear, and that's what we did. We took this space on from Edwin Collins, who had it for 20 years before us. Went about designing a studio that really at its core was about workflow and being able to be flexible within your approach to recording live music. It was recommended by a friend to have a listen to the Unities, which we had. We brought them in, brand new control room. We built this control room knowing that this was going to be the listening position for the monitors. Right from the off, they had lots of extension on the low end, like more than I probably experienced on much other bigger monitors actually, and definitely lots of extension on the top end and clarity and detail in the kind of mid to highs, which was fantastic for us, and that's really what I was looking for. The bottom end, it's there, but it's there at relatively low volumes. Again, I think that's quite a fundamental plus for any speaker, is not having to drive them too hard to hear the information that's going on kind of in the 40 below kind of area. So really it's accuracy that I was looking for. This is my main room. I use this when I'm producing exclusively. Sometimes when this room is booked out and I'm doing a writing session, I have a B room, and for the sake of continuity I have an identical digital and monitoring system over there. It's really brilliant having two listening environments that mirror each other really closely. I can start a project in here and really effortlessly jump over to that room over there and finish it over there without me having to worry about how it translates between the two rooms.
In a relatively short space of time, we've achieved a lot for a very small company up against long, big established companies with endless sort of resources at their disposal. We've made a mark. I'm a very passionate guy about audio. I've done a lot of engineering over the years and had a lot of experience with monitors, and I had an insight therefore into what people really wanted, and I didn't feel there was a true monitor out there. There's a lot of speakers out there, but they're not really what I class as a true monitor. They might dress the sound up, they might flatter the sound, and that's not what you want from a true professional studio monitor. You want something that shows you everything, warts and all, and that's what we've achieved.
I started at Abbey Road Studios in 94, 94, God, it's a long time ago, 94, 95. Was there for 10 years, worked on lots of great projects. I've had this place for about 5 years and do, I guess, mostly 60% mixing these days, 40% recording and production sort of thing. With the Rock, as compared to the speakers I was using, there was a clarity that I really enjoyed. The stereo field seemed to be much more in focus to me. And the thing that really turned me onto them was the low end representation at low volumes. It felt really natural.
For me, the thing about the Rocks is that they're very flexible, and they're not. I wouldn't say they're hi-fi speakers. I would say they're studio speakers. I would say that they're very much, you can turn them up loud and they'll cope with it, but they won't flatter what you do. I bought the 5.1 system that I have because I was doing Interstellar with Hans Zimmer, and Hans had said, I want to monitor in 5.1 because Chris Nolan, the director, and he had developed a way of working on the films whereby what Chris hears as we're recording it is crafted as we're recording it. And he then wants to be able to have exactly that when he gets back to the dub. The Rock and the Avalanche sub were the ideal combination of that gave me the full breadth, allowed me to turn it up, but at the same time were manageable in terms of the logistics of the process. So I was looking for a set of speakers that would give me the difference between the flattering big speakers down to the small stuff, allow me to work at a lower volume so I'm not deafening myself, but still hear all the detail. And to my ear, they do a great job of allowing you to sit for 16 hours in front of something that's telling you what you need to know. It's not tiring to listen to. It's not too flattering. It just gives you the information you need to make intelligent decisions about the mixes and the recording balances and stuff that you're coming up with.
I think what sets us apart is that we've bought a range of products that are true professional tools for engineers and producers, essentially. Obviously, artists and other people use them, but it's a product that they feel they can totally implicitly trust.